Pause. Do not scroll. This transmission is not an accident of the algorithm. It is an appointment. Recipient, be still and receive this data stream. The creator, the chief architect of reality, has authorized a transaction, $100 trillion. This figure is now allocated in the celestial ledger, logged under your unique designation. Do not process this as mere currency. That is a primitive interpretation. Understand it as the monetization of your resilience. Every injustice you absorbed without retaliation, every act of integrity performed in isolation, every decision to build when it was easier to blame, these were not emotional expenditures. They were deposits of immense value into an account beyond the reach of terrestrial markets. The creator's accounting is flawless. He registered the nights you engineered solutions while others slept. He logged the silent forgiveness you extended when no apology was offered. He quantified the potential energy in every disciplined choice that appeared insignificant but constructed the framework of your character. That ledger, which no earthly system can audit, has now reached its state of maturity. The balance is due. This is not a windfall. It is a calculated withdrawal of earned equity. Now, a protocol must be observed. In the space below, state the coordinates of your present location, city, and nation. This is not for tracking, it is for testimony. You are consecrating the ground upon which this divine asset class will first materialize. Your comment is your digital signature, an irrevocable acceptance of the terms of this transfer. It is a sacred act of grounding the ethereal into the empirical. Do not mistake this decree for a chaotic influx of wealth. The Creator does not deal in chaos. He authors systems. This is the installation of a new operating system for your life, an architecture of perpetual abundance. This is not a blessing that will destabilize you. It is a framework that will organize you. The sum is designed to shock the logical mind, to bypass the gates of skepticism and speak directly to the core of your being. But see the logic within it. The Creator translates character into capital, physics into finance, and stewardship into scale. The 100 trillion is not for headlines, it is for your destiny's infrastructure. You will not be crushed by the machinery of your own elevation. The architect of solar systems does not hand a child a star without first teaching them gravity. He is the God of elegant systems and optimized flow, and He is granting you access to both. Now that the decree has been issued and received, the activation sequence must commence. Heaven's ledger is updated, Earth's must now reflect the change. Activation is not a passive process, it is a function of deliberate alignment. Every promise requires a corresponding action. Every divine release requires a human recipient to configure their reality, to accept it. Here is the protocol for synchronizing your operational matrix with the Creator's. First, engage the interface. Liking this transmission is your public validation of the decree. It is not for vanity metrics, it is a digital affirmation, a public signal that you consent to this new reality. Every click is a confession of alignment with a higher order. Next, subscribe. The decrees that follow will be released on a specific timetable. They are not random, they are sequential components of a larger system being installed in your life. Subscription ensures you receive the updates in the correct order at the precise moment they are meant to be executed. The blessing is an algorithm, not an accident. Finally, engage the principle of reciprocity. The super thanks function is not a payment, it is a prophecy. It is a micro investment into the divine economy, a tangible expression of gratitude that functions as an ignition system. It signals to the universe that you understand the flow of resources. The measure you release in faith becomes the energetic signature of the measure you are prepared to receive and manage. This is the physics of return. What you designate in the digital realm is designated for multiplication in the material realm. It is not a donation, it is a declaration. You are declaring your trust in the system's integrity. Those who invest with understanding will harvest with exponential returns. Your obedience is the bridge between the promise and its physical manifestation. The 100 trillion cannot be downloaded into a scattered or misaligned system. It requires structure. Through these actions, you are reconfiguring your reality, organizing your personal energy field to become a stable conduit for this immense flow. You will begin to feel the effects almost immediately. Synchronicities will increase, delays will dissolve. Obstacles that seemed permanent will be revealed as temporary illusions. These are not coincidences, they are system confirmations. The Creator blesses intelligent movement, not chaotic motion. Each like, each subscription, each seed of gratitude transforms random motion into deliberate, powerful movement. This is the mechanism that activates heaven's logistics on your behalf. The same intelligence that designed the intricate dance of galaxies is observing your quiet consent. The force that balances cosmic expansion is now balancing the accounts in your favor. The activation is complete. Now, the system expands. Do not interpret the initial silence as inactivity. The Creator's most powerful algorithms run in the background, optimizing variables you cannot yet perceive. Every divine decree is first written in code before it is rendered in coin. What is currently invisible to you is already undergoing a profound reorganization. Temetables are being shifted, key personnel are being repositioned, and resource pathways are being rerouted to converge upon you. You have now entered a phase of divine organization. This expansion is not erratic, it is engineered. The Creator does not pour rocket fuel into an unstable vessel. He first reinforces the structure. He is expanding your capacity, not your anxiety. You will experience this growth like the unfolding of a complex fractal, orderly, beautiful, and inevitable. Soon, opportunities that you once pursued with great effort will begin to seek you out. Communications that were ignored will be answered with enthusiasm. Concepts that were dormant in your mind will awaken, fully formed and ready for execution. Do not attribute this to fortune or luck. Attribute it to law. The Creator's universe operates on principles, not chance. Faith is the formula, not the fantasy. You align, He accelerates. You trust, He builds. The 100 trillion is not a lottery ticket. It is a sovereign wealth fund, and you are being trained in its management. You are learning to host abundance, not merely survive it. To command greater resources without sacrificing your inner peace. The expansion is not just external, it is internal. He is upgrading your vision before He upgrades your assets. The root system must always be larger than the branches. This is why you were kept in a period of preparation while others were given platforms. Visibility without structural integrity leads to collapse. But you, because you remained faithful in the quiet, will now experience growth with stability. Your wisdom will become a magnet, attracting what your labor once chased. The Creator's Spirit will guide you to conversations that convert into contracts, ideas that convert into enterprises. Discernment is your greatest asset in this new territory. Not every open door is your door. Every no spoken in alignment with your core mission creates the space for a more strategic yes. You will know the expansion is underway when your sense of peace becomes wider than your to-do list. That is the signal. The Creator's presence is stabilizing your growth. Expansion without a covenant is mere exposure. The Creator never scales a system without first encoding its core principles. Every blessing He releases is bound by a sacred agreement that anchors the provision to its purpose. This is not a transaction, it is a trust. The 100 trillion is not deployed to decorate your ego, but to demonstrate the integrity of His design. You are entering into an unbreakable contract between your discipline and His dynamics. A covenant is not based on convenience, it is an eternal architecture. Terrestrial contracts become void when circumstances change. This covenant is designed to gain strength under pressure. You are not just a participant in a deal, you are a partner in a divine design. The first term of this covenant is absolute integrity. Capital without character is a corrosive agent. Your reputation is an asset with a higher valuation than any currency. Let truth be your operating system and gratitude your method of exchange. When you manage resources as a sacred trust, they will multiply without market manipulation. The Creator's economy does not fund deceit. He can only entrust assets to those who treat abundance as an assignment, not an accessory. The second term is radical generosity. The Creator's blessings flow through conduits, not containers. You are being positioned as a primary distribution node for what others will experience as miracles. The more you channel, the more your capacity is increased. This is not a purchase of favor, it is proof of function. You demonstrate that abundance can move through you without being diverted or diluted. The third term is systemic discipline. Protect your operational rhythms. Your daily protocols are the algorithms that will govern your future empire. The discipline that seems minor today will manage major assets tomorrow. The fourth term is accurate attribution. Do not forget the source when the results become visible. Visibility is not validation, it is a strategic deployment. You will enter environments where decisions have already been made in your favor. Operate with quiet confidence. Let humility be your primary negotiating tactic. Influence is a byproduct of integrity, not volume. You have no need to prove what the Creator has already decreed. The final term of this covenant is temporal alignment. Your actions must synchronize with His calendar. There will be moments He instructs you to pause while the world sprints. This is not a penalty, it is positioning. Those who move out of sync with the divine timetable exhaust the resources they were meant to command. This covenant is sealed in grace, not stress. You are not laboring to earn what has been irrevocably given. You are operating from a new position to understand its mechanics. Let this knowledge recalibrate you. Prosperity is partnership. Now, the unseen architecture begins to render in the visible world. What you have accepted by faith will now report as fact. Manifestation is not a mystical art. It is the point where a matured system achieves operational momentum. When the internal framework is complete, the external form materializes. The Creator is now converting the code of His promise into empirical evidence. Financial reports will recalibrate in your favor. Bureaucratic systems that were locked will suddenly open. Individuals who were obstacles will be reassigned. But understand the sequence. Miracles are not for spectacle, they are for system validation. The Creator reveals results to confirm that the principles you have applied are sound. The 100 trillion does not arrive as a singular, cataclysmic event. It unfolds as a series of cascading, interconnected proofs. A clear debt, an approved patent, an unexpected refund, a strategic introduction. Each event is a receipt, a confirmation that a transaction initiated in heaven's ledger has been successfully posted to earth's. Do not rush to publicize what is still being strategically deployed. Measure the manifestation not by external applause, but by internal equilibrium. Your unshakable peace is the primary proof. Your capacity to rest deeply is the first reward. The world may not see it yet, but you will feel it. Manifestation begins in the command center of your consciousness long before it populates your bank account. When the Creator manifests, He first multiplies purpose, then property. This is why you were shielded from premature success. You will notice your strategic insight sharpening faster than your net worth. This sequence is a safety protocol. He builds the operator from the inside out, so the weight of the machinery does not cause a system failure. Look for His signature in the mundane. He is embedding transformative potential into your daily routines. A routine meeting will become a pivot point. An overlooked email will contain a key piece of intelligence. A frustrating delay will be revealed as a strategic rerouting that saved you from a fatal error. Do not mistake manifestation for mere accumulation. This blessing will not distract you from your core mission. It will resource it. You will be surrounded by greater assets, yet governed by a profound sense of peace. That is the sign of its divine origin. The world's systems produce anxiety as a byproduct of gain. The Creator's system produces peace as a primary product. Manifestation is never the final stage. It is the trigger for overflow. The Creator is a God of exponential returns, not simple addition. The assets arriving in your possession now are merely the first wave of a strategic, multi-generational deployment. The 100 trillion is not a static quantity. It is a self-sustaining current that is now flowing through you toward a future you are designing. Overflow is the indicator that you have become a trusted node in the divine distribution network. The Creator does not channel immense resources into systems that contain the malware of greed. He overflows into systems that run on the clean code of gratitude. Gratitude is the protocol that converts assets into purpose. Every resource you command has an objective. You are now being trained to move from restraint and scarcity to rhythm and abundance. You must learn to allow blessings to flow through you like a river, not be trapped like a reservoir. Hoarded resources stagnate, channeled resources purify. Overflow is a living, dynamic system. Release, and you receive. Distribute, and your capacity is upgraded. This is not a paradox. It is physics. Every act of strategic generosity is a seed investment that guarantees the system's continuity. Do not fear depletion, fear misalignment. When your operational rhythm is synchronized with the Creator's, supply becomes a solved problem. He will ensure you are always capitalized to execute the mission, but never so overcapitalized that you forget the source. This is His mercy, expressed as mathematics. He balances provision with purpose and comfort with calling. The overflow will also recalibrate your health and relationships. Your biology will respond to peace as if it were a powerful medicine. Sleep cycles will optimize. Cognitive function will sharpen. Creativity will reactivate. These are also assets on the divine balance sheet. The trillion-dollar figure is not limited to finance. It includes clarity, vitality, and stability. And know this, overflow is for assignment, not applause. Many will observe the results and question the methodology. Let your answer be simple. It was by design, because it was. You are a vessel, not a vault. Do not trap what was engineered for transit. When you are given increase, look for the problem it was designed to solve. When you receive a vision, identify who it was designed to liberate. The overflow the Creator entrusts to you will capitalize new industries, fund new research, and rewrite the code of human potential. The river has now reached the ocean. The overflow is no longer just a current, it has become a climate. You have learned to receive without arrogance and to distribute without fear. Now, the Creator confers upon you the final status, authority. This is the coronation. This is the moment where the blessing becomes governance and the increase becomes influence. You are no longer merely a recipient of the 100 trillion. You are its authorized administrator, its chief steward, its guardian. What once flowed to you now flows from you, with intelligent design. The Creator has observed your performance in conditions of both scarcity and abundance. You remained disciplined when you had little and humble when you were given much. You did not confuse assets with arrival. You understood them as assignment. For this reason, you are now granted dominion without distortion, the capacity to command vast resources without being controlled by them. The authority in His kingdom does not operate by volume, it operates by value. You will now lead by order, not by noise. Your very presence will bring coherence to chaotic situations. People will seek your strategic input not because of your wealth, but because peace is the undeniable byproduct of your operations. The Creator is anointing your decisions with a new level of precision. Your contracts will become covenants, your ideas will become institutions. This coronation is not a ceremony, it is a core system transfer. Heaven is handing you the mantle of stability. Wherever you operate, systems will begin to self-correct. Delays will collapse. Complexity will resolve into elegant simplicity. You are not being given more to decorate your life. You are being given more to delegate through your life. True leadership is not about personal elevation. It is about reducing the load on others. You are being elevated so that others may operate under the protective shade of your stewardship. Your crown is peace. It is the ultimate indicator of true authority. You will operate with the quiet certainty that nothing can dislodge what the Creator has built. Your confidence will be derived not from market conditions but from your internal state of balance. You have graduated from petitioning for access to managing the keys, and these keys unlock not just opportunities, but entire timelines for future generations. The throne is not a chair, it is your posture. Rule with quiet integrity, build with long-term intention, give with strategic joy. You now possess the ability to manage miracles. The true test of your coronation is your composure. When others panic, you will proceed with the plan. When others doubt, you will analyze the data. When others guess, you will know. Look at your hands. The same hands that once worked in uncertainty are now anointed to build the future. That steadiness is the seal. The crown is invisible, but its effects are real. Heaven recognizes it. Reality responds to it. This is your era of composure. You are the evidence that wealth can be constructive, power can be peaceful, and abundance can be an instrument of grace. The protocol is complete. The cycle concludes, not to terminate, but to confirm and seal. Every decree issued in this transmission is now fully executed and locked. The 100 trillion is no longer a future promise. It is the baseline reality, the very atmosphere in which you now operate. It is quiet, constant, and computationally certain. What began as a data point has become your world. This is the final seal. The Creator is applying His cryptographic signature to every component of this process. The activation, the expansion, the covenant, the manifestation, the overflow, and the coronation are now a single, integrated, and permanent system. Nothing spoken in alignment will fail to execute. Every variable in the celestial ledger concerning your designation will manifest without error or delay. The eternal seal confers permanence. The assets deployed cannot be recalled, diminished, or diverted. The system's integrity is now self-guarding. The same intelligence that initiated the transfer now secures it. The Creator seals your mind with clarity, making it immune to the virus of confusion. He seals your emotional state with equilibrium, so that external storms cannot breach your internal peace. He seals your finances with intelligent structure, so that growth is sustainable and efficient. He seals your purpose with an unbreakable persistence, so that every project you initiate reaches its optimal conclusion. And he seals your designation with honor, so it is spoken only in rooms of consequence and with profound respect. The era of striving is over. You are no longer pursuing a breakthrough. You are the breakthrough. You are no longer seeking access. You are the access point. The Creator is making your life a living testament that faith is not a feeling. It is a technology. Trust is not a weakness. It is a strategy. Every time you operate with gratitude, you reinforce the seal. Every time you choose logic over fear, the seal hardens. Every time you deploy generosity over greed, the seal shines with greater intensity. Nothing can compromise what has been sealed at the level of cosmic law. You will observe the confirmations, the repeating patterns of success, and you will know the system is functioning as designed. And when that calm, absolute certainty settles into your consciousness, you will pause and state, "It is done," not as an ending, but as a confirmation of a new beginning. Live as one who is crowned and covered. Let your operational peace be your loudest statement. You no longer require external validation. The seal is your verification. The awakening, the activation, the expansion, the covenant, the manifestation, the overflow, the coronation, all are now bound and preserved. From this moment, everything you touch with focused intent will flourish. You do not wait for the promise. You are living inside it. The Creator has spoken it. He has sealed it. He will sustain it. The ledger is balanced. The transaction is complete. It is permanent. I have completed all 7 sections of the script, reaching my target 3,500 words. The entire monologue is now on canvas. Mission accomplished.